I have bookshelves now. How beautiful. If you've read the title, yes. The Merman Prince's Daddy by L'Oreal M. Hart and Colby Dunbar. Two authors that I swear, one took Alton, the werewolf shifter, and the other took Merrick, the merman shifter. And you can definitely tell at times one of them took control and the other was not told that this weird obsession with the word daddy came involved until much later on. Proofread your stuff and also talk to your co-author if you're going to do this stuff. L'Oreal M. Hart and both Colby Dunbar both are primarily known for doing the MPreg / Alpha Omega series. Both of them have their own separate things. Sometimes they collaborate together. This is part of the Prince Shifter series. I believe there are 3. If you want me to do the other one, which is, what is it called? The Vampire Prince's Daddy. That one. There's another one where it's I think it's Gargoyle or something like that. Comment down below. I don't know. So, we have 2 characters that have very tragic backstories to them. One being Alton, the other one Merrick. Alton, 2 years prior, lost his Omega father, also Alpha Omega. Clearing that out real quick. And he was part of the Crescent Moon Pack or whatever moon pack, you know. He's 20, Merrick is 25. Gotta get that clear out there. His father, who's an Alpha, is slowly deteriorating because, again, like, he can't live without his Omega, his partner for life. After introducing 2 new pack members, his father ends up passing away, leaving Alton pretty much alone. And instead of, you know, giving him some time to think about what he needs to do, they're like, yo, like, after your father is buried, like, what do you want to do? Speaking of which, they take a month to bury his father because if he passed away in wolf form, he would have been buried right then and there. Basically, they burned him, which I don't give a shit. And if he dies in human form, they wait a month until they can bury him. And I'm over here going, why? What's the point? What is the point of that? It's not explained, so shut up. Anyway, he asks the alpha of the group, who he says he's not afraid of, but apparently everyone else is, or they're kind of just like, yeah, you're alpha, shut up. He decides to be like, hey, since my family, I'm alone, and also I'm grieving still, can I have like a month to like think about staying in this pack or not? And then he's like, of course you can. And then he's like, bye, peace, I'm escaping this, fuck you. He's had dreams of being towards the water. Basically, his mate may be near the water. Or a mirror, because we got a Romeo and Juliet story going on here, talking about how the mermaids and the werewolves don't get along because of, I don't know, someone named Gertrude and Orta who were killed in a lover's suicide or something like that. We don't know. Maybe it's not. But anyway, he ends up escaping. Also, there's a character name in here named Healer. No name, just Healer. And later on, their children will be named Healer too. And I'm like, that's stupid. This place is stupid. I tried to turn my brain off, and the more I started seeing stupid shit, the more I realized. So, we cut to Merrick, who 25 years old, is going to be mated. I don't know about kingly stuff, but he's going to be mated. And his mate, his name is Luska. Luska, bless you. Luska is not his mate. He smells musty, dusty, crusty, usty. And he basically tells his dad, no. His dad has a name, by the way. It is barely used. It's maybe used twice that I know of. His name is Akira. It's barely used. Just like how Alton's name is hardly used at all. I will get to that when we get there. I will get there when we get there. Merrick decides he's not gonna marry Luska, and he goes to the human land where he meets, I think, a bear shifter or a hawk shifter, one of the two. There's 2 of them around. And he's put in a hotel because he's new. And also, these mermaids are not, like, similar to what they know. They can shift to humans, but they more or less can do it underwater and above water. The werewolf stuff, I realize as well, is not really added on. It's just kind of like, we have a mate. We know where the mate is. We howl at the moon and whatever. Cool. This story as well has two particular parts where we talk about literal shit. Literal feces. It suddenly hit me I hadn't shifted. Why not? The moment I caught sight of him, I could have, and then poo-pooed the suggestion I had a tail. It was a trick of the light, or maybe he needed glasses, but I'd kept my scales, fins, and tail. Did I want him to see me? Yeah, that's from Merrick. There are weird times where it goes to baby talk, and then other times it fucking doesn't. It's weird. This is very early on. So Alton is trying to get to the ocean, and he's basically hitchhiking with a bunch of people. At one point, they talk about how he wants to go to the Atlantic Ocean, and then it's kind of indicated that he's going to the Pacific Ocean. I don't know which one. It's not clarified. We're also not... It's also talked about, like, maybe they're in New York. Maybe not. I have no clue. Like, after a certain point in time, who cares? We don't know. And this one is when he is hitchhiking with some lady. My next few rides were not as good a fit. The first was a woman who spent the entire time smacking her gums and talking about poop. And not like some scientific study on poop. No, it was her poop. But she was nice enough and got me across an entire state before needing to go in the wrong direction. You mean go back to where she needed to go. Anyway, he ends up finding Merrick in the water, and he's like, hey, you may need to come out the ocean because these are some rough waters. And Merrick's just like, shut up. Anyway, they quickly realize that they may be mates for each other. And sometime later, again, they're like trying to get adjusted to one another because apparently they're not used to cell phones, technology, but the mermaid people are acquired with the up above. That's what they call the human land. And that they can watch soap operas. They somehow speak English. And they, for some reason as well, like, know some of the mannerisms. And they also get to, like, be, like, just learning about their history, too, for some reason. So, again, remind you, this is a Romeo and Juliet story. And the Omega father of Alton, for some reason, gives him a book that kind of has more information on why the mermaids and the werewolves kind of hate each other, and maybe that there's more than just a Romeo and Juliet story. Maybe one of them was murdered. Maybe they both were murdered. I have no fucking clue because I'm not there yet, but we'll see later on. Merrick is heading to a diner, and he realizes that there are two spies, merman spies, and their names are Edward and Edgar. And they're pretty old. Like, those are the only ones we get descriptions of, besides, like, oh, this is maybe Merrick. You want to know what Alton looks like? Shut up. Do you want to know what anyone else looks like? Shut up. Do you want to know what the location looks like? Sand. Shut up. Do you want to know where we're at? Shut up. Anyway, this part I thought was pretty funny. This is on page 123. Also, Crystal Cove is where Merrick's from. Does it matter? No. I wanted it to be Camp Crystal Lake so badly, but you know, what am I gonna do? What has he said? I asked, not sure I wanted to hear. The pair glanced at one another. I think it was... Edward repeated, no, it was more like... Why? Why'd you put that in here? There's not like a, oh, it's because they're speaking in mermaid tongue. No, there's not a reason for this. There is no reason for this whatsoever. Anyway, it's not until later on that you remember that this is an alpha and an omega story, so you have to have an omega and he. It goes as well as you expected, and they also get mated. I will also say during this time that Luska is up on land but also goes away. He's our villain. Why? I don't know. But to be fair, he was embarrassed and unmated now, so what's he gonna do? I don't know. But anyway, again, it's mostly lovey-dovey, sappy stuff for quite a bit. And we do get some talks of, like, love and maybe that, like, they're all types of weird because, again, shifter series, but also we got humans, but also, like, humans are bad, but also we don't get to talk to humans, or when we do, it's just sort of like an offhanded comment. So mind you, this title, I am not repeating it. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. This is very early on. Merrick decides to call Alton Daddy. He just does it out of the blue. No reason whatsoever. There is absolutely no reason for this. He just decides that, oh, that sounds kind of nice, without even being like, hey, Alton, do you like this? And whoever does the stuff for Merrick, like it's a POV of Alton and Merrick. Whoever done it, I either think keeps forgetting that Alton is his name, or maybe that they are so into this thought of like the daddy seminar of just, that's your name now, it's getting on my nerves. Because we keep forgetting King Akara's name. Kira, Akara, I don't know. We keep forgetting their name. We truly do. But, for some reason, Merrick only calls him Daddy. He never gets called by his true name unless he's like, hey, Alton, this is getting serious. And he goes, oh shit, we're getting serious. Okay, use my real name. Mind you, pet name's cute. Stop calling him this. I have been keeping track. And at the moment, we are over 50. No. I lied. 70 times at this moment. I am almost halfway done. I am like page 228 at this moment that we speak. The most that he has been called Daddy, oddly enough, was like 39 times in one chapter. And mind you, Alton at this point is like, hello, my name is Alton. That is my name. My name is Alton. Can you remember my name? My name is Alton. Hello, my name is Alton. And over here, Merrick's just going, hi, that's not your name anymore. I'm already going to add this right now because I don't know if me in the future is going to remember this or not. But there are so many points in this where I'm trying to turn my brain off and pretend like I'm having a good time here. Because there are points where we're not getting details of any location of the Mer Kingdom. Personalities besides Merrick being maybe rebellious and he had a weird horny thing at the beginning. Like he's just kind of a brat. Alton has no personality besides him being a sad boy who just lost both his parents and abandoned his pack to find his mate. That's it. Nothing as of yet. And Luzca, for some reason, is the bad guy. And at this point in time, Luzca has taken Merrick back to the Mer Kingdom to make him wed. Because, fun fact, they brought the dad up on land and basically told him, hey, you have until this next full moon or else I'll drag your ass back. Also, how did they call him? Shut up. Because only one of them has a phone. How do you call this man? They, for some reason, have teleportation. How does that work? Shut up. Anyway, they also have TV down there and they can watch human stuff. How does this happen? Shut up. Anyway. Like, really, shut up. Also, mermaids are not supposed to come up on land because them and the wolves are, like, enemies. Which part of land are they from? Shut up. Maybe Tennessee. I don't know anymore. I don't care anymore. And again, the dad is pretty much just like, Merrick, if you do not come back down before the full moon, I will kill you. And Merrick goes, they mate anyway, so it's like, what does it matter? And they get the bright idea at one point in time to make sure that Merrick and Alton go down to sea to be like, look, I'm mated. If you cannot accept this, we're leaving. And at that point, I'd just be like, bye. Get out of my sight, you hoe. Bye. Also, where's Merrick's other partner or husband, wife? I don't know. Shut up. You're going to hear me say that all the time because that's truly how this is. It's just basically, shut up and accept it. If you have questions, leave them at the front door. Because you're going to hurt yourself. Truly, you're going to hurt yourself with thinking that hard. So that's where I'm at now. So I'm probably going to have to cut this part out because that's truly where I am now. So, I had to switch locations. Well, I had to move. My arm also hurts. I slipped and fell on it. My elbow hurts. I don't know if I broke it or not. I popped my arms too, so that probably isn't helping, but it's like one of those fun little tics that I keep doing and I can't stop. But anyway, last time on Dragon Ball Z, because I'm just now coming back to this again because I have to do this in parts, because I found out I have to do these in parts, otherwise I will have a nervous breakdown because there's so much shit happening. Also, I think last time I said the word daddy was used 30 something times. Now it's up to 47 in the last chapter I just read. So yippee skippy for me. So last time Luzca came to get Merrick, like basically abducted him. Alton finds out and realizes that he's been basically taken from the house. He calls up, or he goes and finds Edgar and Edward, and they end up going back to the Sea Kingdom with the help of like a few other people. Irrelevant anyway. But they sneak him in, and to be fair, Alton thought that he had just basically ran back to the castle, but here's the thing. Why would you think that? Number one. Number two, like, seriously, why? So, Luzca basically put inside everyone's head, including Akira, King Akira, which, again, his name is not mentioned. You know what's funny? His Omega father who passed away. Disney, watch out. You got competition here with how many dead family members are in here now. I forget actually his father's name. His Omega father's name. Irrelevant. Anyway. But King Akira gets less name mention than the fucking dead Omega Merman father. What the fuck? Also, realizing this, Merman in this one can just stay human. They don't have to keep changing. What's the point of this being a shifter series, guys? Anyway, they find Merrick and they see that he's fine, but that he kind of looks like he's trapped, but he's not trapped, like he's not encaged in anything, and that Luzca made up that while he is part of this Moon Crescent like pack, that he basically was trying to kill him or get him to be like brainwashed, and Merrick's like, no I wasn't, and King Akira's like, nonsense, you stupid horny son of mine. Anyway, they're about ready to get married, or to be mated, whatever the hell it's called. And Alton shows up and is like, hey, you can't have my mate. And Luca goes, but he does it anyway. And also, do you want to know what happens to Luzca? Because it turns out that he's a fucking liar. That they have the book and they give it to the king, and the king reads it. And again, it turns out the original two, one did a lover's suicide and the other was to follow, because as we've seen previously, like, if an Omega dies, the Alpha is sure to follow, or something around those lines. And they're trying to think if maybe it was, like, more murderous. I am on page 313. That doesn't seem to be our biggest concern right now, which later events prove otherwise on why that probably isn't a big thing. With this book in mind, Luzca is sent to... He's told he can't... I have no clue what happened to Luzca. I truly don't. I don't know if he's been, like, sent to prison, if he's been, like, exiled out of the Sea Kingdom into, like, somewhere else. I don't know if they killed him. Also, Merrick is like, he's definitely after me. He's after me because I'm an Omega. And I'm like, yeah, you are. But also, he's after royalty, too. But also, he doesn't have to explicitly say, yeah, I'm after royalty. It's just, he did it. Like, he brought you back here and lied about it. He wants the title, you know? And there is so much talk about how the mermaids here are, like, just as evolved as, like, humans are up here. And even to the point where they're growing coffee beans or something similar to coffee beans. They even have pregnancy tests. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a pregnancy story. After a little bit of time, Merrick wakes up one day and is just not feeling good. I think it's like the next day or whatever after all of that shit happens. And that the possibility of him being pregnant is highly likely. And so what do they do when they have this 3-minute span time? They suck each other off while they wait for, to see if they're pregnant or not. No comment. I don't know. This is the first time this fucking book has made me speechless to the point where I don't know what to say or do about this. You know what? This book is so stupid. My God. My God. Mama is looking at me like, human, you are an idiot. I am an idiot for reading this book because it's stupid. It is so stupid. So yeah, they're pregnant. Oh my God, surprise, surprise. The hippie doesn't like to pay taxes. Anyway, so in all of this, Merrick and Alton are crowned partially, like, Alton becomes a Duke of the Lupine, which, wolf, ha 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 ha. Even then, like, it's talked about how they possibly, like, the people possibly don't trust him, which, again, you've been enemies for years. I get it. How has no one tried to poison either one either? And also, here's the thing. If this was supposed to be a murder-suicide, or like a murder, like the suicide and then led to murder, why? Like, someone clearly wanted a war. Who was it? We have no clear indication because the only other shifters that I know are whales, hawks, and bears. And the hawk and the bear have been, like, side characters. Like, one is the owner of the hotel, and I forget what the other one is. I think it's, like, Alton's boss or something like that. And then the whale shifter was the one that helped Merrick get to sea and also helped them get to the castle. So, and even then, like, Edgar at least at one point has... That's me. Sorry, Mama. It's a throwaway line of just like, yeah, the whales can't get past these certain parts because of reasons. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? Who cares? So that's where I'm at in this story. I'll come back with more here in a little bit. This story. Oh, I forgot to mention my favorite part out of all of this. We have a new, because I think at one point, these authors either have a fetish for child language or for some reason, at one point they don't say damn, they say darn. They also say, like, not shucks. I keep thinking shucks. Like, they just, it's not a lot. Like, shit, he was right. And then they'll say, like, darn, you know? That's just weird to me. And then the grammatical stuff keeps getting worse. Oh, also, this is another thing. That, like, I'll come back to that other point. But here. Lift pointed to a photo of Daddy. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I know I'm reading this. Shut up. And me on my computer that I uploaded from the thumb drive. How our IT guys had managed to make the pics from an up above device compatible with my computer. I don't know, but I was grateful they did. We have computers in this mermaid land. How is this possible? Shut up. Anyway. They don't transform half the time. They're mostly in human form. I don't get it. Also, these two have been together for almost a month. Fucking Twilight ass shit. 50 Shades of Grey, I think, was like a week. I don't fucking understand it. I don't get it. Oh, the father's name is Seaton, by the way. I don't care. I just found it. I'm the Duke of what was it? He asked as he sat up, saluted, and fell back onto the bed. Lupin. It rhymes with droppin', scoopin', poopin'. He chuckled. Poopin'. The Duke of Poopin'. Childish wordplay fetish or degrading fetish. I don't know. Oh, the worst part about this is that we found out that from Leaf, I don't remember how to say his name. Merrick accidentally calls Alton daddy in front of him. Doesn't mean to. He's like, ah, shit, like, I didn't mean to do that. And Leaf goes, like father, like son. And it's a hereditary thing. So I finished it. I finally finished it. I forget where I left off. I had an aneurysm or something. I don't remember. I just remember. Yeah. You could tell it's a different day because I changed my shirt and the background sort of changed. I have a few more hours before I'm supposed to go to sleep. Damn, what the fuck happened last time? So, I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. They're pregnant. Oh my god. Wowzers, So, Alton decides to bring the book and go back to the moon pack. The alpha there is like, you are rogue. You're not supposed to be here. And then Alton's like, I know. But here's this book. You probably should look up on it. And then pretty much things are kind of cordial. And then one of the other shifters that helped him get back to the moon pack just shit on him. Literally, what is up with this book and shit? I have no idea. I don't know. They get back into the sea and we time jump a bit to Merrick having the baby and the baby being Mer. Now, mind you, with the pack, they agreed to talk after the birth of Seton, their son, named after Merrick's Omega father. So, okay, whatever. So, we have this meeting, and this meeting is basically, so we're here for this meeting. Yes, sir. Okay, I don't like you. I don't like you either. But let's be cordial. I don't want to be cordial. You're poor. Damn, he's right. Also, don't come to my land again. And then that's it. It's basically a, haha, you're poor. Fuck you. Saying this people, get on my face. You're not allowed in my pack still. Cool beans. Anyway, did I ever mention that, Alton and the sun now have, the crescent moon pack lineage thing? They also do look into the history of these two, and it's basically that they did commit a lover's suicide, or it was more so a suicide that led to another sort of suicide, more like, I don't know how to technically say it, because who's the Omega and who is the Alpha in this? I guess the Omega is the fish one. Also, which one is the fish? I don't remember. I don't care to look it up. But it basically was, the family kept fighting, they killed themselves, war commenced. I thought it'd be something a little more, but who cares? Also, we find out about Luska. Luska basically asked for forgiveness, and he's been giving the sense of, probation. He's technically on probation, and he's helping. And he found his mate, too, so he gets a happily ever after. I don't care about this dude. I don't care about him. I don't care about anyone else. It's supposed to be these two main characters I care for. I don't care about anyone. And then we also cut to, a happily ever after, where they basically make a greenhouse for all these plant things underwater. And then, their son is in, a hissy fit because he's teething and shit like that. And apparently he's stuck as a mermaid until puberty, when he can shift. Oh boy. Would have loved to know more about that. But all we care about right now is our technology and how the wonders work about it. This book. It's very clearly One author had Alton, the other had Merrick. One of them was horny as hell and wanted it to be a completely different, like, sexual type of book. Like, more, I would have said more nasty, I guess. And the other one couldn't really bring themselves to do it. Kind of got into that territory. Kind of didn't. But I digress because there are so many grammatical mistakes. The characters are not consistent. At times, it's just, oh, why do you say this? Or why do you do things? There are many shifters, and we hear talk of a dragon too in the next one. Wait, what is the next? It's a vampire. Okay, I thought it was the dragon one. So there's dragons, bears, hawks, panthers, I think jaguars, I don't remember. And then, yeah, that's it. Like, they're all at this meeting. They're not named. They're just kind of, they're there. The alpha Shay is, like, supposed to be respected, but at times, Alton is like, I could definitely beat this motherfucker. I could kill him, like, just by flicking him in the face, you know? But then, we're supposed to take him seriously. And again, it's talked about how Seton is also going to be king at 25. Which, again, I did look up, and Alton is 20, and Merrick is 25. I don't care, but also, why'd you make it this way? Why did you make it that way? Oh yeah, I completely forgot that, like, Merrick's people also have, like, a symbol that's like a sea star. It is irrelevant as you may think it sounds, because I completely forgot about it. It is mentioned so much in this book. Yeah, this is why if you're going to protrude a symbol, that sounded awful. If you're going to make a symbol, make it relevant. Like, if it's the symbol crest of, like, your kingdom. Like, for Alton's, at least, it's kind of, like, how to determine, like, your enemies. Like, it's the moon crescent, whatever, pack. But for Merrick's, it's just, like, cool, we have this thing. That is all. Anyway. Oh, yeah, they started saying this, too. They quickly did not make this a thing. Okay, Megamind, tell me what's going on. Do you mean that? The Megamind part? Megamind, Mega D's nuts in your mouth. Anyway. Oh, boy. Half the time, it is me screaming internally. I don't like this book. It started out funny, and then it quickly became annoying with stuff that is like, hey, why is your people technologically more advanced? Shut up. But it's also like, oh, we're gonna make fucking coffee beans here. Oh, how do you do that? Anyway, so next update, because you can see back there, some stuff for the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. Saintsville is over. Yes. Saintsville is right there. I will probably get to it soon. I don't know when. Hold on, let me just pull one of the books here. I've gotten some of these that I can look more into, because some of them are either based on the TV show or they are based off of the movies. So that's going to be fun. Research a little bit more into this. I have Witch to go over. I have the Patricia Briggs Alpha Omega series that I'm going to look into. I have the Ex-Arter series. I have, like, the worst review thing that I'm going to go over. And also I have another manga series I would like to go over. Same with, like, I got my Christmas stuff planned and ready to go. So that's going to be an adventure. Look forward to that. I don't know however to end these at all, ever, besides just become blind. I forgot that's not how this works, and now I am blind. Anyway, forgot to mention how many times they say the word daddy in this. 244 times. That's not counting the cover, the back, or even like the top of this page that says the title and everything, because I'm not doing that. You can't make me. Daddy. daddy, 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 daddy. Please tell me that this isn't like the tentacle incident. No, I hated that he remembered that, though it was an unforgettable night on my part. Though he didn't possess a weapon apart from the one in his pants, his bravery shone from his eyes, the way he held himself, and his fierce determination to look after me. It wasn't just based on what he said. Words were cheap, which was one of Father's favorite sayings. By the time we were done going back and forth, I wanted to be sick. We are like the story of what happened after Romeo and Juliet died. No, you're not. You're still alive. Look at that. Look at this sexy hole. It looks so lonely. I wiggled the butt plug into place. How does that feel? I asked. Not too big? No. Dad, God damn it. Not too big, just right. He wiggled his hips. It's the mama bear of dildos. He giggled his giggle, abruptly ending as I pressed the button of the remote. Good for you, son. Now, quickly, let it electrocute you and die. There was also a suggestion of you sticking your fingers in my ass. You have a good memory, Daddy. I jumped up and down. Can we? I'm looking forward to it. My parents are gonna look back and probably watch this one day, and I'm gonna have to explain to them why I'm eating smut online. And I'm gonna tell them, number one, I'm a grown adult. Number two, I don't know either. I just think it's funny.